Okay. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get started. Thanks you guys for coming on out tonight. Super excited to have you all here. We'll go ahead and get started. I think we're gonna have a couple late comers, which is fine. But I just don't want us to start too late because I like to respect people's time and my husband pays me home. Just kidding. Yeah, no, he's fine. Yeah, no, legitimately. He's like, what time do you leave home? I'm like, you need to chill.
I guarantee I get it.
Yeah, he's gonna start texting. Usually if you go to Erica's here because Erica works for my husband, and she's usually texting. Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, Erica.
I'm like double time. I'm like
Yes, yeah.
24/7.
She's getting paid enough to work for my husband, believe me. It's not really enough. So thank you all so much for coming. I'm super excited to have you all here. We're going to share a couple of stories tonight, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a business presentation on the opportunity. And then I'm going to have Carrie share about our basic regimen, so I'm going to have her really jump into the new products we are launching tomorrow. I don't know if anybody's heard or if there's a little bit of buzz, but we're really, really excited about them. And it was rolled out to us just this last week at the convention in Vegas. And needless to say, none of us knew what was coming, so it's a different level of excitement for you. So I'm going to go ahead and let Kelsey start, if that's okay. Kelsey Christensen joined me, what's it been, a year ago now. And she is a teacher at Esterville. I'll let her tell a little bit about her story, but she was originally my customer who came to me because she had some serious asthma issues. And so she was a skeptical, I don't know if this is going to work, user turned major believer turned this business is amazing. So I'm going to let her tell about that, and then I'll let Carrie come up, and then we'll move on from there. So Kelsey. Thanks, Ashley.
Okay, so as Liz said, my name is Kelsey. I am a teacher by trade out of Esterville. I teach 7th grade reading this year. And I started using the products I joined last October, but I had started using those in end of May-ish. And so basically, I always kind of went without sunscreen. I didn't think that it was really a necessity for me. And of course, I played softball. I grew up on the lake. Never wore hats. Always exposed my skin to the sun. And it was never a big issue. You know, tan was in when I was growing up in high school and things like that. But I really started to notice it, the older that I got. As I was getting ready to get married, I noticed that I had a dark mustache line that I was kind of self-conscious about. So we have tried some products through department stores to try and get it done. It really didn't do a whole lot, so eventually I just kind of stopped using it. And then I got pregnant with my first, and as Liz said, developed horrible melasma to the point where my male doctor pointed it out one day. It was like, don't worry, that's melasma, it'll go away. I was like totally mortified. No man should ever say that to you. And I was like, okay, you know, whatever, I'll just continue on with my day. I'll continue trying to buy like the expensive makeup that makes my skin look flawless and that sort of thing. And so that's what I did. And then I was on maternity leave with Caroline, and I was constantly on Facebook, and I started to see Liz's posts. And honestly, when I first saw that Liz was selling, you know, doing like this direct selling company, I was like, what? Liz is doing that? Like, because that's just kind of, you know, those companies don't always have the best reputation. And it's just, I was shocked to see someone as educated as Liz joining a company. And so I kind of just started watching her posts, and she had one before and after that really caught my eye, because it was a young woman who had some sun damage, but nothing that, I mean, I guess I never thought it was terrible. I mean, I would still go without makeup or whatever. I wasn't like super self-conscious about it. But I saw her after picture, and I was like, oh wow, her skin was really bad. And I knew that my skin was, you know, just as bad, if not worse. It was one of those things where, you know, that awful moment where you open your camera and take a picture of your kid and you realize it's on selfie mode. So I contacted her. I said, hey, you know, I want to try these products. I have melasma and sun damage. What do you think I need? And so she hooked me up with some reverse lightning, and I started using it the minute that it came in. And within 3 weeks, I think I was messaging Liz, and I was like, okay, so my dark spots are still there, but like as a whole, like my face is so much smoother, like I can already see a difference. And that really sold me because, like I said, I'd used pretty much everything under the sun, from department store products to the all natural products to apple cider vinegar on my face. So I tried everything. I had nothing left to lose. And my mom started noticing. And so that was like, it just was a real confidence boost to know that these products were working. And so then come a couple months in, Elizabeth's like, you know, you should really join me in business. People are going to be asking you what happened to your face, and you're going to want to, you know, you'll have customers. Otherwise, you'll just be sending them my way, which is fine too. So you should think about it. And I said no, hard no. I had, sorry, I had tried a few different like companies before, you know, products that I liked, and so I just would join as like one of their distributors or whatever. And I was just never very successful about it. With it, I was never very passionate about it. So I was just like, and my husband was like, no, you're not selling it. You're just using the product. That's it. I'm like, okay. And then I continued to watch Liz's posts, and she had this one payday post. And she listed off all these things she paid with her, you know, Rodan Field's paycheck. And the, you know, one thing I noticed was daycare. And I was like, okay, I know how expensive daycare is in Esterville, and I go to like in-home, so I can only imagine, you know, the price difference here. And she's paying for that and all these other bills. And I messaged her and I said, are you really making that much? And she's like, yes, let's talk. And so we did, and I was just like, whatever, I'm not talking to my husband. It's my thing, not his, I'm just gonna do it. And so I signed up, and then immediately I was like, oh my God, what did I just do? Elsie, that was a bad choice. You should have thought about that a little bit. I didn't, I just jumped. And my husband's like, you better make money off of this. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna make money off of it. And so I started, and to be honest, you know, a couple weeks in, I just got scared, and I needed to get over myself. And so I stopped. Like, I just stopped working the business. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to message people. I don't really like reaching out to people anyways. Like, I feel awkward. I feel uncomfortable. I would never be successful anyways. All the things we tell ourselves. And so then I kept saying, well, maybe, you know, Thanksgiving break, I'll give it a shot. Because it was that time of year where it was fall. I do some photography stuff on the side, and I had session after session after session, plus my full-time teaching job, plus her, plus I was trying to go back to school. And I was like, I tapped out. I can't do all of this, and I'm not going to be successful anyway. So I'm just going to continue on, you know, with my paycheck life and just be done with it. But then around the new year, I was like, okay, I'm going to give this like a month or two. I'll do everything that Liz tells me to do. I'll message people, I'll do the trainings, I'll hold events. I'll go for it and I'll see what happens. And so I did that, and my first January paycheck was like $200. And I don't know if we're supposed to say that, but
it's okay, don't you get
And like, you guys, I'm not kidding you. I was like pumped. For me, that was like such a huge help. I always felt, and I told Elizabeth when I first signed up, I was like, I feel like such a loser because I'm an educated person. I have a master's degree, and I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. Like, I literally still don't have a savings account. I don't know how I'll ever. I don't know why I'm crying.
It's okay. I cry like this. I cry every time. I'll probably cry later. You won't be alone.
I'm just like, I don't know how I will ever provide for my children the way that my parents did without totally stressing my husband out. Because we want it all. You know, we want our kids to have a better life than we did. We want to travel. We want to give back. We want to live in beautiful homes. And we still want our husbands to be at home, and we still want to be at home with our families. And I was just like, I don't know how that will ever happen for me. And be debt free. And so I did it. I went for it. I did everything that Liz told me to do. I got that first paycheck, and I was like, wow, like that extra $200, man, like that's something for me. Like, that's exciting. That can go towards student loan payments, or, you know, just into a savings account, or towards my shopping addiction. It can be something. It's just a little extra patty. And so I kept going, and then every month it's growing, and to the point where one month Liz messaged me. She's like, "How was payday today?" And I'm like, "Liz, I cried because it was like half of my teaching income, and for doing nothing, like not doing nothing, but like for doing very little compared to what I do at school all day long. But what people don't see is all the things we do outside of school. You know, we lose sleep over our kids. We're constantly like, see, oh, my teacher friends are crying. It is hard. And we don't get paid extra for caring extra. We don't get paid extra for staying later and calling parents and trying to get kids to turn in their assignments, or, you know, trying to help a kid make sure that they have breakfast in the morning, so we're out buying, you know, breakfast bars or whatever. We don't get paid extra for those things. And this allows me to, you know, continue to build wealth for my family and for myself, but to also build a little bit of extra padding where I can take care of home, but also take care of others I need to take care of. And that is probably the biggest blessing. I went from thinking that this was seriously like the silliest thing and thinking Liz was crazy to now like to now getting it. To getting that this is so much more than just skincare. Like, yes, these products work. They have completely transformed my skin. I can show you my before and after later if you want to see it. My melasma this time around is not near as bad as it was with this little sweetie pie. But, you know, the products work. They sell themselves. The brand is already there. But it's just everything else that comes with this opportunity that people aren't seeing, and that I just wish that I could. You know, we all could use an extra $200 a month. We all could use an extra $500 a month. And the funny thing in it is like, when it comes to this company, that is literally like the bare minimum amount, but it can truly be life-changing. And so I'm so thankful that I jumped on board. I'm so thankful that Liz didn't give up on me. I'm thankful that she gave me some time to see what I needed to see on my own. And it's just, it's empowering to be around a group of women. I never would have thought that I would be standing up in front of people, you know, being this vulnerable. And in front of, I didn't even know you were recording.
It's okay.
I
stopped for the public.
I mean, I because I'm a very private person. I'm a caring person, but, you know, I'm private in who I am. But it's just, this opportunity has pushed me outside of, you know, my own comfort zone and outside of my own box, and has really connected me with so many wonderful men and women. So I couldn't be more blessed right now. So I'm excited to see where we're at a year from now, where we're at, you know, 2 years from now. And it's just, the opportunity is, there's no limit on it. It's truly something that you can't even put into words. So that's really my story. I'm really hot now. That's all I have.
That was such a next part I have to follow. Well, I'm Carrie Lee. Thank you, Kelsey, for sharing your story with all of us. It's the first time that I got to hear your story, and it's always touching for each one of us as your consultant family to get to hear your whys and your stories. So I appreciate you taking the time to share that with us. I'm going to share a little bit of my why with you guys. I know many of you have heard my story. My story is raw, still to this day, and I'll just briefly touch on that and then share a lot of the product with you guys because we are super excited to be launching 3 new products. But my story started back in July of 2016. Guys, I got some rattle. They just came back from a football game. But this is what we do. We support our kids, and we come and we work. We support our businesses and our families, right? So I started, no, I'm sorry, July of 2016, but my journey started July of 15 when my family, June of 15, my family went through a really big life situation. And Rodan Fields has really changed my family. And Liz, Sandy, I have to thank, Kelsey, I would have, Liz, Sandy, I have so much heart for you because you've changed my family's life and you've changed so many other people here. You've changed our lives because of your yes and you saying yes to Rodan Fields. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time getting worked up about it, but I say a lot of prayers for you and thanks for what you've done in this business and bringing all of us to it here in Northwest Iowa. But anyway, so our family went through a time of needing change. My husband's a state police officer and works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, always on call. And I'm a registered nurse by trade, and we have 3 kids, Caleb, Noah, and Madison, 12, 9, and now 4. But when my journey started, my 2-year-old daughter had just been through a very traumatic time of her life, and I needed to stay home with her. I didn't need her to be with somebody else. I needed to be at home with her. And Liz, I had been stalking her Facebook feed for months, watching her before and after pictures, knowing that I needed change in my own skin. As my confidence was getting smaller and smaller, as I was taking pictures with my beautiful children, but yet I was seeing similar to what Kelsey was seeing in the dark spots and the melasma all over my face. I was stalking Liz's Facebook because I so badly wanted these products that Liz was supposed to do pictures about daily. And I wanted that for myself, but as we parents do, we put ourselves on the back burners because we know that if we spend money on ourselves, it's less money that our kids are going to get. So I have a good job as a nurse, and I have a bigger job as a state police officer, but I know if I invest in myself, it's less that my kids are going to have. So I set up a few meetings with Liz, and then I canceled each one of them. And I don't know if you guys ever did that, but Liz didn't let me cancel the last meeting that I set up with her. She said, no, I'm going to come to your house. Let's chat. And I was like, okay, let's chat. Let's talk for Rodan Fields. Not really understanding what this company was or what she had to offer me. So she came to my house to offer me skincare. I needed skincare. But what I didn't understand that I really needed was this business. And so Liz came on that day, it was back July 13th of 2016, and she offered me something that my family so badly needed, and that was change in Rodan Fields. She offered me an opportunity to stand up for myself, to empower myself, and to empower other women and men to change their lives. That day I thought she was crazy. She said, hey, this is something that you can do. Sell skincare? What? I thought she was nuts. And I said, how am I supposed to do this? And she said, Carrie, we all share about things that we like, right? We share about books, our favorite movies, our favorite food, our favorite shoes. And I said, okay, I can do that. My objections to her were I have no friends. Because of what's going on in my family with what happened with my daughter, I was socially isolating myself. And she said, I challenge you to take a second look at this. We all have friends all over the world. These doctors are taking this brand and they're going global with it. The US, Canada, Australia. Think of all the people that you know in the United States. Just think about it. It's not just here in Spirit Lake, it's everywhere. As I stopped and I thought about it, I know people all over the place. And that's what's beautiful about Rodan Fields is that we can reach out to people everywhere. And so, okay, so I got through that one. All right, I know people, I do. And I can reach out and I can share with them about the skincare that's transformative because it did the same thing to my face as it did to Kelsey's. My dark spots are now gone through time. And it's changed my life over time because you guys, as I started plugging into this business, I got over my own fears, like Kelsey said. I got over myself and I started reaching out to those friends that I really did have. I got over my own fear and isolating. After 6.5 months, you guys, and plugging into working Rodan Fields, I was able to walk away from my job as a registered nurse to stay home with my daughter who needed me. I would never have been able to do that if Liz would not have taken the opportunity to present this business to me. So I say, if you've never talked to anybody about Rodan Fields or ever heard about Rodan Fields or never taken a look at the business opportunity, to stop and say, what could this do for my family and for my life, for me as a person? And then in turn, how many people's lives can I change through Rodan Fields? because you can take this gift and they can run with it just like you can. And that's been truly almost as empowering as me being able to walk away from my job to stay home with my kids, is getting to give that gift to other people who choose to say yes. And so thank you for this. So you guys, it's being able to walk away from my job. My next goal is getting my husband to be able to take the gun off of his belt and be able to stay home with our kids and be more available. And I'm really excited for him to be able to do that. And I don't have a number on that goal for him, but I know that it will happen because of what the doctors have given us and this opportunity. It's really big. It's huge. Remember when Liz came to the house and said, I do this and this and this and this with my payday, similar to that payday post that Kelsey saw, and I said, what? I'm doing those things. My husband soon is going to be able to stay home with us. Whether it's 3 years or 5 years, I don't know what that will look like, but it's going to happen. And we're going to get there. And you guys will too. If you choose to do it, you will too. Because of the amazing products that our doctors have given us to work with you guys, because they work and people want them. The only place that they can get them from is from consultants. Okay? So I'm going to talk a little bit about the products. If you want me to continue, Liz.
You know what? Let's do them. We'll do them last.
Okay.
I'm gonna come back up and do them last.
Okay.
I want to end with the new product launch. Is that cool?
Woo, that's awesome. Okay, I'm going to turn it back over to Liz.
Cool. I'm like a little flippin' baby. I cry every time I see somebody. It's like Kelsey and Carrie's, I think one of the most rewarding components of this business is just seeing what it's doing down people's lives and really how it's changed and transformed other people's lives. And it is probably the most empowering, fuel-driven thing in my business right now. I love it. It's awesome. So, like these ladies have said, my name is Liz Sandy. I have been in this business 2 years this Halloween, so not even quite 2 years yet, which is pretty amazing to me because to see where I was 2 years ago and to fast forward to now and to know where I'm at in my business is pretty crazy. I'm going to try to kind of give you guys a good synopsis of what I've been through, what my story's been like, and then just a little bit about the business opportunity as well. So about 2 years ago now, my son had just had his first birthday in August, and it was my first child. And fast forwarding before that, my husband and I relocated back into the area in 2010. My husband moved back to join the family business and naturally loves his job, works very hard at it. But a family business, it's not exactly like you're sitting on this pile of cash that's growing 25 times a day. It's one of those things where you work really hard. It's a small town. It is what it is. And so I worked very hard as a realtor. We wanted to both be working, and then ultimately we decided we wanted to have kids. And albeit that was a struggle for us, we finally did get our first. And I realized very quickly that my priorities in life, of course, changed, as many of us realized, after we have children. And not everybody wants kids, but at the same time, sometimes our passions are elsewhere. But after I had my first, I realized very quickly that I wanted to be at home and more available to that baby. And I just had my first. I had just come off my first, my best real estate year yet. Okay, so I invested in this real estate career in 2010. I had spent probably $5,000 to $10,000 getting it going. I was working nights, weekends, holidays, doing open houses every Sunday. I'm basically doing my own business, right? So I was my own boss, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to be available for when I had kids, and I wanted to be able to, volunteer when I wanted to. I wanted to be able to not have to check with the boss. And so, albeit I was already very blessed with that, I realized very quickly that some of those things that I was thinking I was signing up for weren't actually there. Right? Because if I wasn't working on open houses, somebody else was, and somebody else is getting those buyers. And if the buyer's there ready to look at the house and I'm not available, then they're going to call somebody else. And if someone's house isn't selling and it's of course my fault, then they're going to jump to somebody else. And believe me, this is a very cutthroat industry. Every agent wants you to fail, because if you fail, then that's their business. They get to take from you. And so I realized it was a dog-eat-dog world, which many of our jobs are, right? I mean, if you're failing, that's an opportunity for somebody else. And that's definitely not the case right now. It's just pretty awesome. So I was realizing very quickly I'd come up my best year yet 2 years ago, and was making very good money for myself, but it was at a large sacrifice. And I was looking at maybe getting pregnant again very soon, but also realizing very quickly that it was going to be very, very hard for me to maintain the business I had built, that I was spending $3,000 to $4,000 a month on overhead on. That I was continually pushing and trying to grow. But I realized also, too, if I wanted to grow, it was going to take more time away from me or more money away from me, right? Because if I want to grow more, that's more time away from my family. Or if I want to grow more financially in my business, I would probably have to hire somebody and train them and then be responsible for them and show them how to do the ropes, right? And so realizing very quickly that one would have to sacrifice over the other, right? So I was going to have to work more and then take more time away from my family. Or if I wanted more time for my family, then that takes away from my business. So I, in the midst, been watching my cousin post on Facebook about this business. And my cousin's out of Austin. She's actually my cousin-in-law. She's married to my cousin. And my cousin has a very, very, very successful branding business out of Austin. They do a lot of branding and graphic design work and whatnot. And knowing that he was so successful, because you would notice his work on the grocery store shop. I mean, very successful business there. Realizing that she was doing this at home with 3 boys under the age of 4 at the time, thinking to myself, why is she doing this? Kind of like Kelsey did with me, right? Like knowing that she is a very educated, pretty well-off stay-at-home mom, why would she be doing this on the side? And so I watched her grow this business, watched her have fun with it, watched her grow this team, and started watching what she was doing with it. And she and her sister's the one who kind of got her going with it, were bringing home these luxury vehicles that were all paid for by the company. And we're taking these amazing trips to Napa, and then going on these, you know, awesome retreats and getting free Kate Spade bags. I'm like, well, I want a free Kate Spade bag. They're gonna give me one of those, right? So I was like, I was kind of getting like a little bit of FOMO, thinking to myself, you know what? I had planned on working real estate to the point I was 55. I was saying, I'm gonna only work till I'm 55 because I want to be a grandma, I want to retire, I want to live life, I want to travel. Right? Who doesn't want to do that, right? Who wants to retire early? I don't know anybody who doesn't, right? And so I'm thinking to myself, this might be an opportunity to actually make that come true. So I jumped in with a lot of preconceived notions and a lot of hesitation, right? Thinking to myself, you know what, at the very best I can cover daycare, that will at least make this all worth it. Well, I covered daycare month 1. And like Kelsey said, daycare's not cheap here. And so I was really quite shocked by that. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm not dreaming big enough. Well, lo and behold, I plugged in the team because I didn't know it at the time, but I actually joined, God bless, the fastest growing team in the entire company. And I didn't know this at the time, but we actually have the best leaders in the entire company. Our team has 8 of the top 10 paycheck earners in the entire company. So we know what we do is the best, and we know what we have is the best. And I truly believe that our team culture is second to none, and that's pretty fantastic. The empowerment, the support, the people you surround yourself with, and I do believe that because you surround yourself with, you become, you know, what you preach. And I think that is just exactly what this is. And so I kind of started growing this business, and I realized very quickly that, like Kelsey said, it is so much more than skincare. And so I jumped on board. I had been a Proactiv user for 15 years, okay? And I tried getting out of Proactiv. I tried using Dermalogica. I had tried using some other high-end med spa brands. I had tried all this stuff, and my skin was never liking what I tried. And so Proactiv was the best I was going to get. That was what I was going to be able to use. Well, I used Unblemished for about 3 days, and I realized this is different. And I realized very, very quickly I was never going to get the product. And so I started sharing it with people just like I would anything else. And, you know, telling people what these products are. It took me 18 months to kind of get over myself. I totally thought this was a joke. I'm going to tell you flat out. I watched my cousin for 18 months, and I regret every 18 months of those 18 months. But what these doctors did with Proactiv is they actually grew a multi-billion-dollar brand. They grew a brand name that is completely recognizable to everybody. I tell people I am with Rodan & Field, and I consult with them. People say, well, who is that? And I say, it's Proactiv Doctors, and it's immediate brand recognition. You cannot pay for that overnight. That takes years upon years to build, right? Just like anything else, just like a Nike or Starbucks or even Uber, for gosh sakes. I mean, my gosh, it's a well-known brand. So that's pretty cool that these doctors have given us an opportunity to partner with them. Because what they did with Proactiv is they went around the globe and they dominated the acne market. And to this day, 30 years later, they still own 80% of the global acne market. And for any company to own 80% of any global acne market, it's pretty crazy, right? I mean, you think about it, it's like, that's big business. And so they are in over 120 countries, like I mentioned. And as of right now, these guys are just hitting a decade into this business. We are literally the Starbucks in like I think it's 1980, 1982. I mean, I can't even tell you. We're in the United States, we're in Canada right now. We just launched Australia like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And we will march around the globe without a doubt, and we will dominate the skincare market. We are the #1 skincare brand in the United States. We are the fastest growing skincare brand in North America. We are the #1 anti-aging brand in the United States. Our products work. We have a 60-day money-back guarantee on everything. I'll let Carrie contact more about the products after I'm done. But that's how confident these doctors are and what they have to offer. Is that if you use these products for 60 days, you truly don't feel like it's working for you, you can send everything back completely empty, and you can get a full guarantee. In fact, the same thing is offered in the business. They're so confident that you're going to love what you have to offer in this business that you can actually invest in one of those kits. And in 60 days, if you don't feel like you see the light and you don't feel like you like this business, then you can actually send your kit back and get your money back, which is pretty flippin' cool. Believe me, Chick-fil-A isn't sending anybody's money back after they invest, right? I mean, it's just like, who does that? Who is that confident behind the product and behind the business? And so it's pretty amazing what these guys have done. And so the biggest difference between Proactiv and Rodenfeld and what they've done again is that they're offering people like you and me to partner with them. They've actually taken themselves out of the retail stores. They were in the Nordstroms. They were in the Saks Fifth. They were in the high-end, really high-end department stores, and then took themselves back in 2008. These doctors saw an opportunity to actually partner with like you and me, and to offer us that 60% commission that those stores were making. So that's big business, and that's a pretty awesome opportunity. So where has this company taken me? In 2 short years, I pretty much matched my income as a realtor. Very, very shortly I will. I mean, it's for all intents and purposes with the amount of overhead that I have, you could pretty much say it's at this point matched. Which is pretty jaw-dropping if you think about it, to take something just little me and to grow it to over 150 people in Northwest Iowa, and to have really matched a real estate salary that took me 7 years and tens of thousands of dollars to build is pretty amazing. To watch what other people are making into what they're doing with their lives and how they're paying off their debt and how they're retiring and how they're sharing and gifting like they never had before. It's pretty unbelievable. So needless to say, the passion is not lacking in my heart. I will not stop sharing this until I'm dead. That's really, this is a legacy brand that will march around the globe, and I'll be there the entire step of the way, which is pretty awesome. So kind of to fast forward, I joined my cousin right about where I am right now in my business. Actually, she was a little bit not quite as far. And so in 2 more short years of me joining with her, I mean, she's making more in 1 month than most teachers make in a year. Her sister makes more in 1 month than what most doctors make in a year. And so to say that this is a potential that's unlimited is really an understatement. This is an absolutely once in a lifetime opportunity. And that's why many of us are so passionate about what this can be. This can be as little as a shameless shoe fund. This can be $500 a month, which Kelsey mentioned is absolutely life-changing. This can be a mortgage payment for you. This could be $5,000 a month. This could be $10,000 a month. This could be $100,000 a month. So I love sharing the opportunity with people. I love making sure they fully understand what we have and how special it is. But believe me when I say we're not even close to saturated. You might be seeing this everywhere, but I call this kind of like the focus effect, right? When you buy a car, you see it everywhere. When you notice we're in the field, you start to see it everywhere. We don't even have enough consultants to saturate one state yet. And we're adding millions and millions and millions of people to our market every single year. We will roll out a new country every year for the foreseeable future, and we will add 2 new products to our line every year for the foreseeable future. So I'm going to let Carrie talk a little bit more about the products. We would not be here without their multi-med therapy, which they really perfected with Proactiv. It's the right ingredients, the right formulations, the right order. I'm not really that passionate about skincare. I'm passionate about what it can do for people's confidence and how it can kind of change how they feel about themselves. And I'm passionate about what this vehicle is for people for change. And so I kind of want people to understand that. I didn't watch their face before I went to bed before I jumped in this company. I mean, legitimately, I was like, I've given up on my face. So to say that 2 years in this business is a change is really an understatement for me. and I can only wait to see where things are gonna go, you know, in the next year. So our team is very, very close to our rolling trophy, which will be unbelievable to see that our team will be the 4th team in the entire state to achieve that. It's pretty crazy. And then where this is gonna go, I believe that we'll have a second car on the team sooner or later as well. So that's pretty good. So I'm excited. I have a couple giveaways for guests tonight, so we'll do those last. And I'll let Carrie talk about the products, and this is why, of course, our company works, is because of these products. So I'll let Carrie talk about that.
Thank you. Like Liz said, it's the right ingredients in the right formulation in the right order. Each one of our products are labeled step 1 through step 4. So the dermatologists have made it really easy for us to figure out how to use their products. The products, you guys, are just below prescription grade strength. So the dermatologists, because there's one dermatologist for about every 30,000 people, they brought dermatology to the masses. So they made it very simple for us as consultants to bring these out to the population and to make it easy for them to use. They have 4 main regimens for our common skin concerns, which I'll just briefly go over, and then we want to talk about our new products that have just come out. We share these products a lot on our social media, so you're able to see what the bread and butter of our company is. That's our 4 main regimens. The very first one I'll talk about is Soothe. If you have sensitive skin, you want to treat that first. Soothe is used for irritation, redness, just inflamed skin. If you have a burn, a bug bite, this is the regimen that is a go-to in our house and is always in our medicine cabinet. Soothe is awesome. The very, very most important ingredient in Soothe is our step 2, and that's got the RFP3 technology. It's a cooling technology, which is phenomenal for burns. So if you have this in the medicine cabinet and you're curling your hair, I'm sure you do that all the time, Scott. You burn yourself, get that number 2 out and put that on that burn. If the kids burn themselves, get that out and put it on. It cools those burns right away. For our guys, when they're shaving, that's a part of the Beyond the Shave that our men can incorporate as well. It cools the guys' faces after they shave to help prevent that afterburn. So it's phenomenal. Unblemished, Liz was talking about Proactive. Unblemished is one that's kind of taken the place of Proactive in the marketplace. It's phenomenal. It's a sulfur-based regimen instead of a benzoyl peroxide-based regimen. So it's really shifted kind of the way that we use the products in the marketplace. It's step 1 through 4. What I didn't tell you guys is step 4 we leave off at night. So at night we're only using 3 steps. The step 4 is the SPF in each one of the products in the regimens. And that protects us from getting that sun exposure. Like Kelsey and I have dealt with both with our melasma and our dark spots from the sun. As we all age, we get those sunspots that pop up. Our SPF is going to protect us from that, and every single regimen has that SPF in step 4. What's awesome about the Unblemished and also the reverse line, the step 3 is kept separate from one another. And the doctors and the dermatologists have found that if they kept these 2 separate, when you mix them together, it keeps them at their maximum efficacy. So it's a dual chamber pump for the Unblemished. You mix them together, apply them to the face, and it keeps those 2 at their maximum potential. And so it's phenomenal with the Unblemished. I'm going to skip to the reverse. The step 3 in the reverse is the same. It's the vitamin C and the retinol. These 2 are kept separate, but when mixed together, they are kept. Sorry, she's so cute. When mixed together, they are used at their maximum potency. So they found if you mix them together at the pharmacy, put them in one bottle and send them home with a prescription from your doctor, they're losing their potency before you take them home and even use them, you guys. So our dermatologists are really innovative and really creative in how they brand and how they package our products. So Unblemished is sulfur-based versus Proactive, which is benzoyl peroxide-based. Our reverse regimen is for our dark spots and dullness, our age spots. There's a reverse brightening and a reverse lightening. So if you guys have concerns with either dullness or dark spots, talk with your consultant about which one you should be using, and they can guide you on which direction to go. Then we also have Redefine, which is our flagship product. It was our #1 anti-aging line before we became the #1 skincare brand in North America. It's phenomenal, you guys, for the fine lines, wrinkles, and large pores. It's a regimen that everybody wants to graduate to after they've taken care of all of their other common skin concerns they had before that. If you don't really have any skin concerns, we want to all prevent the signs of aging. Prevention is key in all health maintenance. We all go get physicals at the doctor to prevent any type of disease processes from happening. The same thing goes with our skin, is prevention. So the Redefine regimen is what you want to be on to prevent the appearances of aging and wrinkles. So Redefine is the regimen you want to use. Packed with retinol, with our peptides, and with our, what am I forgetting, Liz? My brain is blanking here. Our moisturizers, sorry. Keep your skin.
Like, which one? Which one do you want in there?
Keep our skin nourished and moisturized at night while we sleep to really keep us looking youthful and radiant, you guys. The really great, exciting thing that we learned at convention is Rodan & Fields had just previously the year before launched Lash Boost, which was a huge hit. If you've not heard about Lash Boost, take a look around the room, you guys, because many of the consultants in Claire's lashes are ridiculous. So Lash Boost was launched at Convention 2016 and is a huge market disruptor. It is full of vitamins and nutrients, vitamins and peptides and nutrients. I don't know, I'm having a hard time with my words tonight, you'll have to forgive me, for our lashes. So it moisturizes our lashes so that they are long and beautiful so we don't have to have extensions. Who wants those, right? We don't want to use sticky stuff on our eyelashes. So Lash Boost is our product of choice. Well, at convention this year, they launched 3 new products. One is our AmpMD roller, which we had a previous roller, you guys. This is going to replace that. What the doctors have done is they went back to the drawing boards and said, okay, we want innovation is important to us. We want our roller to be bigger and better. So this is the AmpMD 2.0. What they did is they took the roller back to the drawing board and they wanted it to be a smoother, more gentle feeling roll. So what they did is they took a laser precision machine to create this roller. And what it does is it's you tried that? That's awesome. Look at it spin. These needles go at more of an angle and straight up and down. And what this does is when you use it, it gives you a more delicate roll than with the initial roller that we had. I'm going to pass it around so you guys can look at it, but please don't use it on your skin because it is one that is for personal use. They also created a cap for the top of the roller so that if you are using the roller and it falls over, the roller is actually protected. So this particular roller, what it does is it helps with the appearance of texture. It helps the fine lines and wrinkles, and it improves the overall appearance of your skin. Compared with the reverse regimen and the Redefine, you guys, it increases your product's efficacy or results by up to 50%. So it's a very smart purchase with one of your regimens. It's silly not to have the roller because you're increasing the value of your products by 50%. The next product that was released was the Intensive Renewing Serum. When you pair this with the roller, your results are going to be phenomenal. What this is I'll pass this little capsule around. Inside it, we used to have renewing, the Night Renewing Serum, which was retinol. They switched this to retinol. So there's a huge difference between the letter A versus the letter O. So who knew that one letter could make a big difference? What this has is vitamin A mixed with peptides and calcium. What this does when applied to your skin, it becomes 20 times more potent than retinol. Vitamin A is 20 times more potent. So when it's applied to the skin, it helps with the appearance of your skin, with texture, and with overall decrease of fine lines and wrinkles when used and paired with the roller. So if you guys have not used this or opened it, it literally has a gold color. If you guys haven't, open one up as it's being passed around and apply a little bit of it to the top of your hand. If you need to pass the second one, we will, because it is brand new and just hitting the market. It's being launched tomorrow for the first time. It's literally a little pot of gold because it's incredible. This is proprietary only to Rodan & Fields, you guys. This vitamin A is a strength that is just below prescription grade. And the way that our doctors have created it is only going to be released to organic fields, and only we can get it, which is huge. Imagine what it's going to do to our skin. The results are going to be 20 times faster, like I said, or 20 times more powerful, and they come a lot faster. So with night renewing serum, the same results would take 8 weeks. This little capsule will take 4 weeks. So this is going to be huge to our customers. And the last product that they are releasing, which is personally my favorite because I struggle with these, I'm on eyes, is our Active Hydration Bright Eye Complex. If you guys have not heard about this or seen it yet, pass it around. It is a cream serum. When you apply it to your hand, if you want to use a little bit and apply it to the top of your hand, it has illuminators in it. When you use it, you apply it like you would apply eye cream, and it really does illuminate the skin. It's got our 3D3P molecule in it, similar to what our Active Hydration has in it, which I didn't touch on yet, you guys, and I'll go back to. But our dermatologist, our chemist, created a molecule called 3D3P. It's a matrix, and that molecule has glycerin in it, and they stabilize glycerin at an amount of 30%, so that it's not too sticky, can be applied to the skin, and it increases your skin's hydration. So when you increase your skin's hydration, it's healthy and it's nourished, and it allows it to look more moisturized and nourished throughout the day. This Bright Eye Complex, when applied underneath your eyes, brightens the eyes, makes your dark circles go away, puffiness go away. The results of this are supposed to happen within up to 2 weeks. Major results happen within 4 weeks. So there are people like Christina who posted her results within, what was it, less than 2 minutes of using the product. We're phenomenal. Within 30 minutes, you can see results happen. Up to 3 hours, you can see definite results. So you can see the trend. You continue to use a product with consistency. The dark circles, the puffiness goes away. And paired with our eye cream, you guys, it brightens our eyes and it just helps lift us and make us feel more confident. Paired with the lash boost, it's pretty phenomenal. So these are our new products that we're launching. We're really excited to share it with the public. And feel free to look at them and check them out, you guys. If you have any questions of yours.
So one thing I wanted to mention really quickly about our intensive renewing serum, and thank you, Claire, for doing that. She's always so flipping. I mean, the nursing brain in her is just like an all flow. Amazing. I try to like this is great. So I love the medical background. I don't know what it is, but people just get it. It just clicks, right? So what I do love about this is, you know, usually Retin-A through prescription is very harsh. It can be burn, it can, you know, it will flake the skin. So this is so gentle. It's actually the time release compound. So it releases throughout the day, so you continually get more and more results throughout the day. And it's gentle enough to use with soothe. So for our sensitive skin users, you can actually use this. So that's pretty fantastic. So I do want to mention that really quickly. Thank you, Carrie, for doing that. We do have two other products that Carrie she didn't miss. She's just, you know, we're just excited about new products. So we have our oh my gosh, I can't even think of it. Hydration strips. No, it's a hair strip. This is these replace fillers. Okay, so this is like our this is our hyaluronic acid that is distributed through like a patch essentially. So it fills the wrinkle while you sleep. It's proprietary to us. You literally put it on into a Band-Aid at night. You wake up and the wrinkle is filled. It's flipping cool. No needles, no appointment, no downtime, and way cheaper than your Juvederms or your other fillers. So that stuff's pretty awesome. And then our active hydration serum, which Carrie did touch on our 3D3P matrix that these doctors actually created that carries that glycerin at 30% rate. It actually hydrates the skin. It adds more water content. It creates a reservoir on the surface of your skin and self-adjusts throughout the day. It's super, super sophisticated innovation. I love it. So this is for dry skin, which is the second most common skin concern of today. But it's also for oily skin because the reason why you're oily is because your skin is trying to make up for the fact that you're dry. So pretty freaking cool. Like I said, I have a couple of great samples to send home today with anybody who's brought a guest. How many guests do we have here tonight? 3 guests. 1, 2, we're gonna get you guys some. You guys are lucky, I'm super generous.
Last hour and I didn't know about it.
So each one of you are gonna go home with one of our eye creams. We call this eye crack. So it's almond eye cream. So super excited you guys came. This stuff is fantastic for fine lines and wrinkles. What I'm gonna do now is actually use this at night, and then I'm gonna use the bright eye complex in the morning. It's a little thinner, it's a little lighter, color and makeup a little bit better. So I'll go ahead and hand this to you, so you guys can kind of give these. You're so welcome. Oh. If you'll pass that down. So you guys can kind of all go home with a little sample. I do have some giftable packs for you guys as well. I only have 2 with the new serum, but I'm with the old, so we'll figure it out. But right, so you can buy all that. But I guess what I challenge all of you to do is just to think a little differently, to think outside the box, and to think to yourself what could be. And it took me 18 months to kind of get over myself and get to that point. And I would say that a lot of consultants in the room would probably agree with that. It can take us a little while. But I guess I got to the point where I realized I didn't want to work 40 hours a week to retire after 40 years, to live off 40% of my paycheck. And so to build a residual income concept that I work very hard to build, and that will continually pay me and continually grow after I've done the work once, not having to continually put in the work like you would have to with a real job where you actually have to show up. Isn't that a crazy concept? It's pretty rewarding, right? So it's pretty empowering to see. So I guess I challenge you to think a little differently, to think outside the box, to see what we're doing, to look at what we have, and to maybe think that this might be something that could really truly change your life, or even someone in your life as well. So thanks you guys for coming. We'll go ahead and get rid of the house wine because I can't go home with house wine. So grab one more. Come on up here, take a look. I got this awesome before and after flip book. Take a look at the rollers. I think it's floating around. Our intensive renewing serum. And we roll out the roller and the intensive renewing serum tomorrow, which is pretty flippin' awesome. And then we also have the bright eye complex, which is coming out, and I might be doing some giveaways with our selfie love. So this is pretty flippin' sweet attached to your phone. And so thanks, you guys. Can I answer any questions at all about products or business?
Yes, I have.
What do you got?
If somebody wants to use just the acute care,
Yeah.
can I tell them to use number 1 of Redefine just to wash their face and then do the acute care?
So I'm gonna. I mean, sure.
Because that's all
Anybody-
they want. That's all they want.
Anybody could do that.
You wanna
You're not
fix
gonna see the results.
The deep wrinkle on their
So
on their
here's
forehead.
kind of what here's kind of in my opinion what they're asking me to do, in my personal opinion. I wanna sand the wood and I wanna caulk the wood, but I don't wanna primer paint.
Mhm.
That's what they're asking me to do. But will it look as good? Nope. Right? Because
Yeah.
every step serves a purpose. If you take one step out, it's a multi-med therapy. Each step has a reason. And so yes, somebody can use acute care with other products, whatever have you. It will probably work, not nearly as well as it's going to work with our products because it's designed to work with these products, right? But look, the wash is to remove the environmental irritants. The toner balances out the pH in the skin to then prep yourself for step 3, which is the treatment. And so when you cut out step 2 and 3, toner and treatment, you're literally just washing. Nothing else is going to work. And then you're going to try to, shoot some hyaluronic acid in there and hope that it holds. I would never recommend doing it that way. But in my opinion, it's going to be a waste of money because they're going to invest in it and they're going to spend money on it and they're not going to see the results and they're not going to like it. So that's my opinion. But of course, anybody can do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yes, you could. I mean, it's not
all you want.
you're not gonna
That's just you
die
gotta
from it.
wash your face. You gotta at least wash your face.
But
before
yes,
you put it on.
yeah,
You're not
right.
gonna just slap it on.
I suppose.
His skin was oily now. You didn't wash it. I don't think it was.
Yes.
And it's like, and if you want to work on wrinkles, you can wash your face with number 1 from Redefine.
I guess I
And
do.
he's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I
This is
just.
my cousin.
Yeah. Well, your cousin or
I
watch it.
crazy. Your cousin.
With crazy people.
They're trying to cut corners to save money, but then they're gonna waste money because it's not gonna get results. So, thanks you guys for coming, really appreciate it. Let's get some wine, and then for those who are sticking around for the training, get some more wine.
Well, all I heard was more wine.
I know. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Bye.